Hello everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2010 on Xbox Live. I'm back again doing a little vlog video for you guys, and this time it's a WWE vlog video. Slash, maybe / rant. So yes. I just recently watched Monday Night Raw for this week, and Daniel Bryan is going to WWE Fastlane to face Roman Reigns for the WWE number one contendership, I suppose, in a way, where the winner will face of that match at WWE Fastlane, that brand new WWE pay per view, will face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Now, I want to focus this little WWE vlog is actually based on my opinions, what I think should happen, what I think of certain superstars, and also what I think is happening to the WWE since wasn't a youngster. I mean, now recently the United Kingdom and Ireland got the WWE Network for £9.99 in the United Kingdom, and also £12.99, or €12 99 cent and 99 for Ireland, which is, I'm guessing, to the island that must be a fair deal. I know that £9.99 is actually very good, but I thought it might have been £9.99 for everybody. I don't know what it is, and it's been really good for me. I've signed up for it, and there's you know, no repercussions. You can go away from the WWE network as much as you like. You don't have to watch it 24/7. You can sign out, sign in. You don't even have to be a member at any time. Like, you can be a member 1 minute, and if you're not satisfied, you can then just no longer be a member, and there'll be no repercussions, if you will. But that's enough about the WWE Network. Well, I recently watched something on the WWE Network. It was interesting to see who won the first ever King of the Ring, and I learned that it was Bret the Hitman Hart. Best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And I noticed that the storyline at the end of it led to the Kiss My Foot match between Bret the Hitman Hart and Jerry the King Lawler. At the time, back in those days, I bet they were more folk WWE or WWF at the time, quote unquote, was more all about the cartoonish look of their characters, because I saw some cartoonish characters, and I know why when I watched another documentary on the WWE Network of the Monday Night Wars documentary, while they kept on saying it was a more of a cartoonish look, and it was. But back in the day, when I only watched WWF every so often, because if I'm all to be honest, I only watched WWF, or WWE as it's known now, whenever it was on, or if my mum and dad was to get me a wrestling tape, and I would sit there and watch it with my nan, or by myself. We would record Monday Night Raw when it started becoming the Attitude Era, and when Stone Cold and The Rock and Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Generation X and The Undertaker and Kane, Big Show, Y2J, Chris Jericho all started, The Godfather and Val Venus, Kai and Tai. You had all those, the Hardys, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, Gangrel, The Brood. You had all those big names in the Attitude Era, which I, for one, loved the Attitude Era, and I was growing up in the Attitude Era. I was born in '89, therefore the Attitude Era was starting to become a big thing, and the Say Your Prayers with Hulk Hogan were fading away. But even though I personally did not know there was a real life war between WCW ratings and WWE ratings, and even the mid class, low class, the ECW. I didn't know what WCW was. I didn't know what ECW was. Not until when Vince McMahon came out and said, I own WCW. That was the first time I heard of the opposite brand. When I saw them with Shane McMahon owning WCW type of invasion storyline, I thought that was very clever. Very, very clever the way they did that. The Survivor Series Team WWE versus Team WCW. I was shocked when Stone Cold Steve Austin betrayed the WWF. And then later on in life, I've learned that they originally started his career in WCW, which is why he went to the WCW and ECW side of things, because he started his career in WCW and ECW by the name of Stunning Steve Austin, which and he had long hair and everything, and teamed up with Brian Pillman, which again didn't know much about. Only until when he came into the WWF as the ringmaster, I knew he was the ringmaster, and then later on he'll become Stone Cold Steve Austin out of nowhere. And when he told the story why they wanted him to become more part of himself, and he wanted to say, look, I want to be the more ruthless version of myself. And they wanted a nice cold character that didn't give a crap about anybody but himself. And it wasn't until his wife or girlfriend at the time, I don't know whether it was said, oh, here's a cup of tea, Steve, don't let it go stone cold. And bang, he went, that's my name. That's going to be my name right there. Now, here's, so that's a little interesting fact about I was a mainly big fan of WWF. I never watched WCW, never watched ECW. Maybe when I heard about it a little bit more, I watched a few matches back, and I learned about Goldberg, and I learned about Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, and I thought, one day I was going through the channels, and I saw, hey, wait, I don't know what this is. This is a brand new wrestling program called WCW. Wait, that's Scott Hall. Or, to me, I didn't say Scott Hall, but I'm saying this for the purpose of this video. Wait, that's Razor Ramon. What's he doing there? And that was when I suddenly thinking, oh, WWF guys are invading WCW. This company that must be in war with WWE or WWF. But for everybody, even the United Kingdom fans, European fans from around the world, the United States mainly thought, wow, these guys are invading WCW. But all along, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were part of the WCW because their contract had run up. And only a selected few people knew the outside business before the internet, before Twitter, before Facebook, before the internet ruined every single storyline known to man, which I don't like. And I do not personally like the internet fans, the internet wrestling fans. They try purposely dig up what's gonna happen next, and Bray Wyatt's gonna face the Undertaker at WrestleMania. Now, on that subject, on that note, here is a good reason why I'm gonna focus now. Going away from WCW, ECW, and WWF, let's go forward up to today at WrestleMania 30. In the honor of Grim's Toy Show, I'm gonna say this: your boy Brock Lesnar faced the dead man, the Undertaker, and the 21-0 streak was on the line. And everybody thought Yeah, even myself, I made a video. You might want to go back and watch the WrestleMania 30 predictions video that I completely forgot about and forgot to do a review of WrestleMania 30. But I decided to make predictions on everyone, so even the person that I just mentioned just now, Grim from Grim's Toy Show, predicted that The Undertaker was going to win. Everybody didn't said that, but what happened? He lost. And there's people that say, oh, the match got changed at the last second. Oh, he got a concussion in the ring, and Brock Lesnar wasn't supposed to win. Undertaker was supposed to win. Well, whatever happened, at the end of the day, Brock Lesnar is 21 and, well, Undertaker, I should say. Brock Lesnar. I mean, Brock Lesnar is the one in 21 and 1. That's it. Done. Undertaker's streak dead. No pun intended. To the dead man, the Undertaker. Finished. And the Undertaker hasn't been seen since. What a good way to go out and retire. He can sit back with his wife or girlfriend, kids, grandkids, whatever, and say, I am done with wrestling. Whether or not if he said that or not, I don't know. I'm just going out on the so-called limb here. But yeah, I'd like to think the Undertaker, if he was to retire, he wouldn't retire at WrestleMania. He wouldn't be I think, logically, he wouldn't not be able to. No one's going to be telling the Undertaker not to go to WrestleMania. I just think it personally myself, as a fan of WWE, and knowing that I love the way that the business is, I don't particularly love it, and I don't particularly like it, and I do like it. There's some bits in the WWE that I love nowadays, and there's bits in the WWE that I don't like. I mean, we could go back to the WWF days and WCW days. There's been some bad gimmicks even then. Take Mantar, take Doink the Clown, take Papa Shango. You know, it's even for me back in the day, Duke the Dumpster Drowsy, and he was back in the day. Goldust to me was a bit of a weird, bizarre character. You know, no pun intended, bizarre. But Undertaker, I think it was a great character. Than what they did there, even when they changed into the American Badass, the Undertaker, I liked it. And then he came back and faced Kane at WrestleMania 20, back to the one, and that was great. Little known fact, the Undertaker, Mark Galloway, wanted, Glenn Jacobs I think that's his name, or Kane, to beat him. But he said no. He worked with him so much and loved him so much and respected the Undertaker so much. He said he declined to lose on those occasions. So those 3 matches that he had against the Undertaker, he was supposed to win. But no, he didn't want to do it. Which goes back to the loss, that one loss. And some people thought Brock Lesnar wasn't supposed to be the one. Could have been Sting, but again, that was held back thanks to TNA, and that couldn't happen. Even though Sting really wanted to do it, it got held back because his contract with TNA was a bit more. Still a little bit life in him in TNA, and blah blah blah. You know, that got changed to something else, and with those numbers that kept him coming up. Bray Wyatt may have been a good person to beat the Undertaker streak, but it went kind of, to me, it would have made no sense, because even though he's like the fresh blood and he was new to the WWE, they needed someone like a veteran to beat him. That would have, like, someone like Triple H, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels. Ric Flair's retired, so he can't do it. Shawn Michaels got retired because of The Undertaker, so he can't do it. Triple H, he's the CEO, he's got to keep things in balance, so he couldn't do it. But so who else better than Brock Lesnar, who's now the current WWE champion? So that says it all, doesn't it? So for him, The Undertaker now, to go to WrestleMania, that would be his 22nd appearance at WrestleMania. So either way, it would be 21-2 or 22-1, which to me doesn't really make no sense in my mind, business-wise. So why would they have The Undertaker appearing at WrestleMania unless they will magically forget the streak, which you can't really forget? Yes, they magically forget. Hey, what the hell? Just because I said the word Chris. What the hell just happened? Did I just get edited out? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously, CB, that's who I'm talking about. The man that shall not be named. But going back to The Undertaker now, he would probably be better off building up the revenge against Brock Lesnar, or maybe even facing, because Bray Wyatt said some promos lately that looked very suspicious about maybe facing The Undertaker. But I don't think it should be at WrestleMania. Like I said, if he wants to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania, in one corner you'll have Bray Wyatt, and in the other corner you'll have The Undertaker. If Bray Wyatt was to pin, oh my god, 1, 2, 3, that's it. That's now 22-1. That doesn't make no sense. Yes, it's good that Undertaker won. But, Brock Lesnar's still the one guy. Instead of saying, I'm 21-1 and I'm the one in 21-1 WrestleMania, he'll be saying, I'm the one in 22-1 and I'm the one that ended the streak. Even though The Undertaker beat Bray Wyatt, he couldn't beat me, Brock Lesnar. Yeah, that just wouldn't make sense. So for that promo to work, for Paul Heyman to come out every single night to remind us who the one in 21-1 is, I would say it makes more sense for it to be 21-1. That's it. Sorry, WWE fans, but you have to admit, if you agree with me or not, that logically wise doesn't make sense for him to lose or win or appear at WrestleMania ever again. He can appear at any other pay-per-view, preferably I would say Survivor Series, because if he was to have a retirement match, I would say Survivor Series, because in 1990, The Undertaker debuted at Survivor Series as part of the $1 Million Corporation team, or Million Money, Ted DiBiase's Mystery Man. I mean, you could fight Brock Lesnar or Bray Wyatt or even Sting. Now that Sting is part of WWE after winning the match at WrestleMania against Triple H, which we all know is gonna happen. It's gonna be Sting. It's gonna be Triple H at WrestleMania 31, which they, for some reason, have been saying that it's the 31st. And WrestleMania, just been saying WrestleMania with that little play logo on the sign because it's on the WWE Network, but WrestleMania 30 was on the WWE Network. So why are they making a big deal with it being on the WWE Network? I don't know. But speaking of pay-per-views that were on the WWE Network for the first time ever, the Royal Rumble 2015 was on the WWE Network. And for this guy right here, when he got eliminated from the Royal Rumble match, people were pissed they were like, oh my god, and when I watched it on the WWE, like, oh my god, Daniel Bryan's got eliminated? Oh well, I don't really particularly care about that, He had his WrestleMania 30 moment, he beat Triple H and Batista and Randy Orton all on the same night to become the WWE Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion of the world. So, he's had his chance, got injured on Monday Night Raw afterwards, and then lost the championship because of injury. Not had the rematch since, which I don't really want to see Daniel Bryan in the main event of WrestleMania because I know WWE is fake and scripted and it's more about the entertainment value than it is about the wrestling than it was about during the late 80s and early 90s. But I'd say, I don't really think think about it this way. If WWE was real, and Daniel Bryan, instead of being in the WWE, was facing Brock Lesnar in the UFC, he would get his ass kicked by Brock Lesnar. And if Roman Reigns was facing Brock Lesnar in UFC match, or in like a real life situation, at least, even though Brock Lesnar would probably win and beat Roman Reigns, at least Roman Reigns can stand a chance. So I was actually quite happy that Roman Reigns won the WWE 2015 Royal Rumble and is going to headline WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar, because at least then he can stand a chance. Oh, but Pete McDaniel is becoming the next John Cena. Oh, no, he's not. He's becoming the next Roman Reigns. Yes, he has the same type of, moves. He has like the Superman punch, the spear, and that leg drop that he does, and he has the Samoan drop. He has the drop kick in from the middle ropes. He has the Superman punch, and he has the spear. John Cena has 4 moves. What a coincidence! He has the 5-knuckle shuffle. He has those 2 the shoulder tackles. So that's 3, and he has the attitude adjustment, and he had the backbreaker thing. So he's got the 5 moves of doom, and Roman has 4 moves of doom. And that flying clothesline, I guess, so that's 5. So they both have 5 moves of doom. So what? So what if he's becoming a superhero? They've done it in the past. Hulk Hogan had like 5 moves of doom. He had the big boot. He had the leg drop. He had the 3 punches and, 3 punches. So you had 1 punch, 2 punch, 3 punch, big boot, leg drop. That was Hulk Hogan. Heck, the Ultimate Warrior. He had 2 clotheslines, a Gorilla Press Slam, a big splash. That's 4 big moves. So 1 clothesline, 2 clotheslines, a big splash, and a Gorilla Press. Triple H, most likely, had 4 moves in his weapon drawer or in his moveset when he was the top dog. He had the Spine Buster. He had the pedigree. He had that knee thing that he does, the knee face part, knee face buster thingy. He had the knee to the face when he put his knee up to the opponent and knock him out. That's 4 moves. So, The Rock, he had 4 moves. Stone Cold, he had at least 4 moves. Stone Cold Steve Austin, he had the Lufres press. He had that elbow that he did. And he had, the running against the ropes. And he go, bam. That move. He had the elbow for the top rope. And he had the Stone Cold Stunner. The Rock, he had the Rock Bottom. He had the Spine Buster. He had the Sharpshooter. He had the People's Elbow. He had the Samoan Drop. That's 5 moves. They're basically the toppest moves that the guys do. So is he becoming this Roman Reigns and becoming the next John Cena? No. They're just passing on the torch. I mean, why can't he be the next John Cena? Why can't he be the top dog that gets the same amount of championship wins as Ric Flair and John Cena? I mean, just look at Triple H. He's had multiple championship wins. He's had at least 12. You can feel like The Rock has had at least 9, maybe 5. I don't really remember. But, look, they got Jericho. Chris Jericho had 9 Intercontinental Championship reigns. That's impressive. So, just because a guy makes it, in the WWE means he's the top guy and everybody hates him, you can either love him or hate him. It's still gonna be, oh, I don't care if you cheer or boo me. That's what, as long as I get a reaction. Just like John Cena did, just like The Rock did, just like Stone Cold Steve Austin did, just like Triple H did, just like The Undertaker did, just like Warrior did, just like Hulk Hogan did. 1 minute Hulk Hogan's saying, eat your, being brother, eat your prayers, and then he's in WCW going, NWO, brother. He's a massive heel. 1 minute Triple H is, DX, suck it, and then he betrays Shawn Michaels and becomes an ultimate heel and joins Evolution. 1 minute you see The Undertaker as that evil, bad, dead man, and then he turns into a good guy. Then you got The Rock, that's the Nation of Domination, and then he betrays Farouk, and he becomes the leader, and he's the bad guy, but then the fans start cheering his name, and then he becomes the good guy. The same with Stone Cold Steve Austin, because he changes, he doesn't care, and then he gives Stone Cold Stunner to Vince McMahon. They're one of the greatest rivalries of all time. Stone Cold and Vince McMahon. And he becomes a good guy because you start cheering him. Everyone was cheering him. That's exactly what's happening with wrestling today. 1 minute John Cena's like, the Doctor of Thumonomics, and everyone was booing him. Then he becomes this global superstar by saying, you can't see me. Just, you can either love John Cena or hate John Cena. Personally, I think he's alright. I used to hate him, but now I like him, but at the same time, hate him. I'm in the middle. I'm not I'm not an internet wrestling fan, and I'm not a Attitude Era fan. I'm not a 90s wrestling fan. I'm not a wrestling fan that, wrestling's fake now, so I'm gonna go off of it. Oh, the Attitude Era is the best, whatever. Today's wrestling's not as good as the Attitude Era. I'm not that type of person. I'm going to watch wrestling, wear the t-shirts, buy the games. I bought all the action figures. I don't really go and play with my action figures anymore, but I will buy the merchandise until I'm 80, 90, 100 years old. If I make it that far. To the day I die, I would like to have a WWE t-shirt on my coffin. That's how much I love WWE. Whether it ends up having freaking bunnies in there, or muscle men wearing nothing but trunks, or a snake, a viper, a rattlesnake, freaking different type of animals in the WWE, so many of them. WWE fan from the day I was born to the day I die. I don't care about the storylines or anything like that. If I see a great match, then I am going to say, oh, that was a great match. If I see a crap match, then I say, oh, that was a crap match. If I like a character or a superstar that I like, no matter if they're a heel or a face or even a baby face or a great tag team, I'm going to say, oh, they're not a bad tag team. It's like the Ascension. They do remind me of the Legion of Doom or the Powers of Pain. But what's wrong with getting a little bit of heel or heat, as some people like to say? Nothing. It's because they're the future. The people that are on NXT right now, they are the future of the WWE, And if someone like Sami Zayn, Bo Dallas, uh, let's think, Adrian Neville becomes WWE champion 12 times, does that mean you're gonna hate him? Personally, I wouldn't. You know, it's just they're passing on the torch to the future generation. Because John Cena is, no matter how much you love him or hate him, he is getting old. As in, like, physically. You know? So they need a fresh, new look. Whether that be Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins, then that's good. You know? Get these new generation superstars, have a brand new load of generation superstars to make a brand new generation. That's what WWE have done in the past, and that's what they are going to continue to do. That's all it is. Is that just like real life, it's an evolution, non-stop process. As CM Punk once said, WWE will still continue to go, even Vince McMahon, the greatest man alive, Vince McMahon, the greatest billionaire alive today. For like 2 minutes, it's gone on for this rant, so I'm gonna stop now. I need to take a breath, and I'm gonna play some Xbox One, maybe even record another video on Xbox 360. But for now, I'm gonna play some Minecraft Xbox One edition, maybe a bit of GTA 5, depending on who's online. So, this is Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2x10 on Xbox Live, saying, please like this video, or maybe even if you feel like subscribe. If you're a WWE fan like me, and don't care about what happens as long as they pull up some great promos and matches, and don't care who wins the matches, then that's a yes from me. And I'm also now gonna say, well, bye.